Hey kids, so lesson 5, level 6, we are choosing our own adventure by getting and setting elements. We're using the get method and the set method in the array list class. So again, array lists are super powerful, and their methods go along with it, make it easy to kind of add things and change things in the list. So let's go to phone contacts. And before we jump into this, let's make sure we understand what is going on. So in the Address Book Runner class, I am creating an array list of contact objects called contacts. And this is a new array list of contact objects. Now, I use the add method to add contact objects to this array list. So contact.add, I'm adding a new contact called Emily Johnson with this phone number. So let's take a look at the contact class. So the constructor, every contact object takes a name, which is a string, and a phone number, which is a string. So that's how that works. And we're going to instantiate an address book object here in a little bit, but let's go to the address book first. So in the address book class, so this takes a private array of contacts, and the constructor for an address book takes an array list of contact objects called contacts. That's what we saw on that first tab. We are going to do two things. We are going to use the get method to return the contact at the specified index. So that is my index, and so I am going to use, I believe that was called contacts. I probably should have grabbed that when I was up here. So let me copy that and come down here and put it down here in the bottom. So instead of null, we are going to return contacts.get, and we want to get the contact at this index. And that index is from there. That is all you have to do. And now we want to edit a contact, which is we're going to replace the contact at the specified index with a new specified contact. So we are going to go, now this is a void element, so I'm not returning anything. So I'm going to go contacts dot set, and I'm just going to set, we're going to set this up here at the top at the given index, and then I want to create a new contact object that takes a name and a phone. And so I think this is going to look pretty good. So let's go back to the address runner. And over here we need to instantiate an address book object. And to do that, we have to pass it the contact list. So I'm going to go address book, I'll call it my book, equals, this is a new address book object, and we need to pass it the contacts list from up here. We need to pass it that because that's what it takes. And if you remember, or if you don't remember, look back over at the address book and go down to the constructor, and there's your constructor. So that's not bad. So let's call the get contact method and print the contact object that is returned. So I'm going to go my book dot get contact at, let's just go index 0. And I want to print that out. So I'm going to go system.out.println, and I'll return the contact at 0. Now I'm going to actually Oh, I forgot to do my key is broken. Okay, I'm going to, interesting, try that again. I'm going to print out another system.out.println. And probably what I should have done is instead of println, I probably should have gone print. It would have automatically gone to the next line. I just want to print out an empty space so I can see what happens there to when I change it. Now, we want to call the edit contact method, and we want to print the updated address book. And remember that get contact method takes an index. I'll use 0 so I know exactly where it is. I'll use my name and some sort of a random phone number. So I'm going to go my book dot edit contact. I want to edit the contact at 0. The name will be Steve, and the number will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. And we want to then we want to print out the updated address book object. So I can't print this out because that doesn't do anything. I wonder if we probably could have done this. Let's try this. Let's try this. System.out.println. Let's print out my book and see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think, I probably want to print out the contact list is what I want to do, but let's see. I'm just curious to see what happens when we do that. And so anyway, I got to put in my semicolon. And so we want to print out that new contact and see what happens. Actually, I think I can just print out contacts, maybe. Let's try it and see. Don't know if this. Let's see. I just want to see what prints out, man. I'm kind of curious now that so let me run it. I'm sure there's going to be errors. Oh, there are no errors. So, okay, so this did what I thought it would do. So this line here prints out Emily Johnson. This space comes from there. This command prints out these things. I changed Emily Johnson to be Steve. Contacts, this line printed out this array. So what I probably should have done is I probably should have gone my book. Let's print that out and see what happens. And so notice what it did is it printed out, so this line printed out Emily Johnson, and then I had a space, and then I printed out that. That gave me this book, that one, and then curious, it's kind of funny that I have a space here, but that's okay, I'll take that. And then I printed out my book and had me at the first element. So, a lot of good reviews here, kids. A lot of good reviews. They're pulling things from way back. Constructors, getters, methods, all this stuff you have to work on. So, keep plugging away, kids.